Hey folks, Ben Gilbert here with Engadget, and as you can see in front of me, I've got the final unit for the OUYA, the Android-powered $99 gaming console. This is the wireless Bluetooth controller you see directly in front of you, and then right behind it is the OUYA itself, which is very small, as you can see here. But starting with the controller first, it's got the kind of standard layout of an Xbox 360 controller. There's two analog sticks up front that are clicky, so they also function as buttons. There's a D-pad that goes 4 ways that feels a hell of a lot better than the one on the current Xbox 360 D-pad. And there's a power button right there with the OUYA, as you can see, the OUYA symbol. When you push that, there's 4 lights at the top that indicate which player you are. This is actually not connected to a console, so it's just blinking. On the right side, we've got the kind of 4 standard face buttons. They have an O, a U, a Y, and an A for the company name, rather than some of the other setups we've seen. And I'm turning this around onto the back. We've got the kind of standard 4-button layout up top. So there's a button, and then there's a trigger right behind it. So that's got a little bit of play, just kind of like an Xbox 360 or a PlayStation 3 controller. And it feels pretty good. These controllers are relatively sturdy and feel solid. They have a nice build. They're very clean on the back. There's no logos, which is always nice. And they, again, connect via Bluetooth. Moving on to the actual console itself, it is very small, as you can see here. There's a little bit of a trademark symbol on this side, and there's the setup for the first kind of major backers on the right side, which has their gamer tags. You can see Notch of Minecraft fame and Robert402 Bowling right at the top. He's of Call of Duty fame. On top there is a power button, as you can hear and see, and 4 little screws. A very glossy top, so please excuse the reflection. Nothing on that side. And then around back, we've got the power port, just a regular AC port, an Ethernet out, 1 USB out, and an HDMI out, as well as a mini USB in. And flipping it over onto the bottom, there's space for a fan, and there's 4 rubberized feet that make it very sturdy, as you see here and can hear. It's also relatively weighty. That, we're told, is a difference from the original dev units that released in January, to keep it from flopping over when there are things plugged into the back. We'll have a more extensive hands-on with the console itself coming very soon, but this is the visuals on the OUYA, which releases to Kickstarter backers very soon, shipping on March 28th, and will be available at retail in June. Thanks very much. Okay, sir, so if you could walk us through the OUYA UI one more time.
Sure, yes. So here's Play, Discover, Make, and Manage. Manage is your general settings. Play is where you're going to go to play any of the games you already have installed, and also apps. So for example, we have Twitch TV. And then if you want to find new games, you'll go into Discover. And we have Discover based on different categories. Featured, Go Retro, and Hear Me. Hear Me is like games with cool sound or music. Go Retro is your more retro-themed games. Everything is being curated right now by Kelly Santiago, actually. So then you have some sort of fun genres that developers get to categorize themselves, and then we go through the approval process and feature them if they're cool games. And then the sandbox, where all games will enter to be played, and if they're really fun and exciting, then they'll be taken out of the sandbox and into the featured list.
No worries that sandbox games will be confused for that category?
Well, we hope not. And then, if you are specifically looking for sandbox games, we can get some in here.
Sure.
For you.
Like Grand Theft Auto 3, for instance.
Yeah.
Okay, great.